A growing market. Overall, the market for selling things online is growing, so you will be hard-pressed at this stage to find a market segment that is retracting. But some segments are growing faster than others, so these can be the ones that are worth paying attention to. What I am about to say may seem to run counter to what you have heard elsewhere, but if you find a site that checks off all the other requirements, has a good following, is making good money, and you do a little check and discover there's lots of competition, then it's time to pull out the champagne and celebrate. Yes, that's right, celebrate! You see, if there's lots of competition, this always means there's lots of money being spent in this industry segment. You are onto a winner. Automated systems. Website businesses are often the opposite of real-world businesses. The overheads are low and the earnings can be exponential. I have many sites where the net earnings are as much as 95% of the total revenue. Yes, you heard that correctly. It is not a mistake. The sites that offer these kind of returns are primarily sites that offer services and digital products, as the cost of sales can be very, very low, and the more automated a system is, the less human input is required, which means the component that often costs the most, wages, is not a factor. Of course, there will always be elements that will require some human input. For instance, redesigns, promotions, product development, JV negotiations, etc., etc. But even then, it can sometimes come at little cost to you. How, you might ask? Well, it is things like when the users make the lion's share of the contributions to the site. This is especially so with sites that have large forums, for instance. Promotions. When you buy a good site, it will come with its own promotional plan. Use the plan you get with the site. As your skills and understanding develop, you can start to pick these plans apart and adjust them to use only the parts of it that you know will work and incorporate them into your existing strategies. The trick is to be consistent and don't do it yourself. Outsource the dirty work. By this I mean hand off the tedious and repetitive work to your outsourced team. This way you can concentrate on building up the business, finding new sites, and having the lifestyle you want. This last point is a really big and important one. A good lifestyle is the difference between you loving life and hating it. Intervesting can be a perfect vehicle to help you get to the lifestyle that most people only ever dream of. Quality promotional plan. Wow, I think this is really the hardest thing to discuss. Okay, what makes a promotional plan a good one? Really, the proof is in the pudding. If the site is selling well, has good traffic, and had it for a decent length of time, then it means that whatever promotions they have been doing are working, and you should make sure you keep doing it. So, be sure to have them pass this plan on to you. There's a chance that they are doing it seat of the pants. In other words, there is no plan, that they are just doing whatever they feel like doing when they feel like doing it. But be adamant about having them document it. Even if it is just a point form doc with some basic timeline to it that can be good enough for you to implement it yourself. The other thing you can do is have them describe to you what they are doing in detail. Record the call, and then use a service like www.speechpad.com to convert the recording to a written document. And voila, you have a promotional plan. Be careful not to fix something that isn't broken. Many people make this mistake. Once you have a few sites and a few promotional plans, then you will probably start to see some patterns, some commonality between the plans, and you can start to mix and match a bit. If something on one site is working well, then think about doing it for the other site, or perhaps even for all your sites. Just make sure that you get their plan and use it. If you don't, then there's a real chance that the traffic might start to drop away after you take the site over. And this is not a happy place to find yourself in, especially when sellers are much less likely to be responsive to your question after the sale has been finalized. So get the plan when the site is transferred, at the latest.